Hello and welcome to Spring Commander Forged Alliance. This is Setons. We got a nice 4v4. Some familiar faces. We got Megatron, which means it's gonna be pretty fun. Usually does something might not be too effective, but pretty creative. Going UEF, looks like he is gonna run up after just making a single factory. He is across from Jolie, playing a Seraphim, extremely good player. And he is going to go a little slower. He's going to get a mask extractor before he runs to the middle, so we can see both players having their plans. Very good matchups on water. Mr. White, one of the better naval players on Setons, taking on Benzel, both playing Seraphim, so you can see Seraphim very popular. Another UEF player here, Tesla, across from Styre. So Styre is Seraphim as well. So it's three Seraphims and one Aeon. Grimjo, the original ASF micro creator. Very good player as well. I'm sure people playing Setons know who he is. Picking up the Hydro before he picks up the mask extractor, so that's an interesting move. It looks like he is going to go for early Tech 2 mask extractor if this is what he's doing. It's a little unusual. Look, let's see what the Mega is bringing with him to the middle. He's bringing just a single engineer, a whole bunch of artillery, at least 4 already, and a scout, which means he's gonna have still just a factory, not a single mask extractor or power generator here coming up on minute 3. So very aggressive. He's gonna try to take off this engineer from Jolie. Also Mega, his approach to the middle, he's kind of avoiding all the mass rich spots. The engineer for Jolie is running. It looks like Mega is going for the kill, which is a little dangerous. 3 tanks, very unusual as well for Jolie. These tanks are going to be very good against artillery. Take 9 shots from Mega to kill them all. And it looks like he's able to kill him. He only lost and there goes the Celine, complete overkill with the Artie. Still 3 Arties left for Mega. Of course, this means that the top side is going to get a whole bunch of mass. Grim is going to get a whole bunch. He's already working on second and third Tech 2 mask extraction, now going a few air factories. Mr. White also getting a whole bunch of mass. And it looks like Mr. White is going to drop with a whole bunch of Artie and engineers, and this is going to be devastating, especially against Mega, who did such a low build. He's just got some P-gens. He does have a single Artie, so 5. That Artie almost got the job done there, but now with the spread Artie, it's going to be very difficult to counter with just a single artillery. A point defense now for Mr. White. There goes the factory, and these engineers should be making a point defense. If they don't, now they're going to switch. So big problems here for Mega. It looks like he is going to lose everything. Really no way back, and yet another drop, and this one's from Styre. This does look like Preparation H here style of gameplay. RD and engineers to the middle. Mega really paying the price. Mega in the middle really for the most part took over. Jolie runs into the water and nearly died. But this is going to be bad. Absolutely nothing left except a couple of P-gens and a single NG running away. Looks like Mega is going to save a single NG. He also has a couple NGs up top. But these Artie from Mr. White are going to take care of any remaining forces from Mega. So Mega is down to the ACU. 9 kills. You can see a very big difference here. Whole bunch of power for Jolie, a whole bunch of land factories. And we do have to remember the top side got a lot more mass from the middle. We are seeing Tesla pretty good score, going Tech 2 with ACU. And the middle completely belongs to the top side, so a bit of unusual here. First 7 minutes. Looks like in terms of Navy, it's got to be a pretty big push for Tech 2 Navy from Tesla. He's got to be doing something. They got to get put some pressure to the middle. Mega still has a whole bunch of mastery claims, so he's definitely won the middle. But he's got no build capacity. We see now Benzel moving to the middle with his ACU. He's going to try to recover some factories here from Steyr. Quite a bit of power now given over to Mega from Icon, who is actually a familiar player on Setons from GPGnet. Another drop now from Mr. White. Let's see where that goes. He's going to fly past a whole bunch of interceptors who did not even notice. And this drop could be pretty devastating. And this is what happens when you move your ACU out of your starting position. You are susceptible to drops like this. And this is going to be nice for Mr. White. Couple point defenses, now radar. If the ACU was right there, just overcharge all those engineers. Quite a few Tech 2 mask extractors, so that's going to be pretty bad for Benzel. Excellent work from Mr. White. Mega's still in the middle now with 24 kills, trying to hold the line all by himself. Benzel trying to recover Megatron's base, but time is kind of ticking here with a whole bunch of factories for Jolie. Is going to get a nice army and move to the middle. Tech 2 now with the ACU. So Jolie here with a much better ACU than Mega has. These point defenses looks like they were taken care of by some artillery, and actually minor losses here for Benzel. Very surprising. 13 kills, but it's mostly engineers, a couple of mass storages. All the Tech 2 mask extractors still intact, so not too much of a loss there for Benzel. More drops now coming in from Mr. White. Some RD and some engineers. A very nice aggressive play from Mr. White. Benzel moving to the middle is going to pick up a couple of mask extractors. Looks like he's giving them over to Megatron as he builds them, but this Tech 2 ACU is going to be very dangerous. Tech 2 point defense now. Mega dying with 42 kills. He's going to try to put some pressure. Tech 1 point defense for Jolie. Not really much of a chance. Mega's going to do a little dancing. Pick up a couple more kills, but this stream of units is getting more and more dangerous. Some Tech 2 Navy now from Tesla. Uses some torpedo boats plus a destroyer. The destroyer could put some nice pressure on the middle, although UEF destroyer doesn't have the range of the Aeon and Cybern destroyers, which are really good at killing land units with direct fire. Some successful drops now from Mr. White. RD and point defense in different spots. Successful engineers here making point defense and RD and RD battle. In terms of Navy, Tech 2 from Mr. White, absolutely no Tech 1. Got a bit of Tech 1 for Benzel. Looks like these point defense are going to get a lot of kills, but they will not kill any of the mass extractors. So far Benzel not losing any of his mass extractors, and of course, as expected, Mega is taken care of in the middle by Jolie. And now Benzel is going to see a whole bunch of units coming his way. He's going to have to retreat quick. 23 kills. Otherwise he's in danger of dying as well, and you don't want to go down 2 players so early. Got this cruiser now with the shields from Tesla, and also now this is a Tech 1 naval factory. This is dangerous for Steyr. Steyr unusual here. Quite low eco for a player like Steyr. Facing a Tech 2 Navy here. Actually 25 kills in this destroyer. Doesn't look like a Tech 1 Navy really is going to have a chance against all these Tech 2 units. Some Tech 1 bombers, but of course a cruiser here. Maybe if it got a little closer, put a little more pressure on Steyr. See Steyr here going very quick, Tech 2, but just as he was finished, the factory is destroyed. Really the only way back. Oh, this could be very bad. If this destroyer is not microed against Seraphim RD, it will be killed. And this is completely inexcusable there by Tesla. He just threw away huge advantage by losing that destroyer. Unfortunate, more drops from Mr. White. He's been dropping very aggressively in this one. Benzel finally loses a couple of mask extractors. A nice Tech 1, Tech 2 Navy now from Benzel. And a single Tech 2 destroyer will be taken out by the superior force from Benzel. And yet another drop from Mr. White. And out of the middle, this is a huge stream of units now. Tech 2 ACU just continues to make land factories, some Tech 2, some Ilshevist. Tech 2 point defense for Tesla is going to try to stop this flow of units. Big losses, multiple Tech 2 powers taken out. You might see some cruise missiles from the middle from Jolie, either on the ACU or stationary, but it doesn't look like he's doing that. He's just sending Tech 1 Arty to do the job. Some gunships now from Icon should be able to stop this flow of units, but this does put a lot of pressure on him against Grim, who got so much mass from the middle. Has already got some Tech 3 power, double RAS. This is minute 15, so that's not surprising. Pretty nice spam, multiple Tech 3 power, Tech 3 mask extractors, going for a couple more air factories. But so far, the gunship's doing the job. Of course, we got to remember Tech 2 land from Jolie, which means these gunships won't be able to save the bottom side for too long. Tech 2 point defense not going up, but of course against a massive amount of Tech 1 Seraphim Arty. Aeon Tech 2 point defense not the best choice. Any other faction would have better Tech 2 point defense. A lot of wrecks here all over Benzel's base. Benzel recovering here. Tech 1 mask extractors got to get him back to Tech 2. Mr. White, really nice aggressive play. One Tech 2 factory, one Tech 1 destroyers. This is quite a few destroyers and a lot of cruisers. This is actually 3 cruisers here and a couple of destroyers. Here comes the push from Jolie, and this base here is probably going to be ran over. It's a nice idea from Icon, but just a little too much Arty. The shields are going to fail, and Tech 2 point defense, not enough fire rate. Total failure there for the bottom side. The ACU for Jolie continues to move forward. Some Tech 2 point defense. It's a little strange. There's no way that's going to be used. Multiple Tech 3 power now for Icon. And Icon, knowing who this is going to have extremely good micro. Some drops now from Benzel. We see both players with drops. Transports full of Arty chasing each other, but ASF from Grim are going to put an end to this. And of course 3 drops full of Arty from Mr. White. Should be quite interesting. We're going to have cruisers versus a whole bunch of frigates, and most likely Benzel should be able to defend. Now a lot of kills for this, actually 24 kills for this point defense, but it's going to die pretty soon. Whole bunch of Tech 1 point defense from Icon. Of course this artillery will outrange, and more units on the way. Ilshavas, bunch of tanks. In my opinion, the best combination is Tech 2 Flak and Ilshavas, and of course 100% Tech 1 Arty. Tanks just don't kill things fast enough. And if you want direct fire, just a couple Ilshavas do the job. Looks like these drops from Mr. White, he's pulling him back. He's a little afraid of Icon's Air Force. And here, that was a huge missed opportunity by Tesla. He could have really put the game out of reach for Steyr, but he lost that destroyer. It's a dead destroyer now being reclaimed by Steyr against Tech 1 Arty without the micro. Still has a pretty good advantage. Of course, Seraphim, pretty good Tech 2 destroyers that can go underwater against EAF. EAF not really good at torpedoes. And this is now pretty nice naval spam for Steyr. Tesla making yet another push, and actually Tesla getting a lot of kills with these cruisers, taking out all these mask structures for Jolie. So at least some things are going well for the bottom side, but this is a massive stream of units that are just rolling through. Icon's gotta make something. He's got Tech 3 mask extractors. Huge amount of and I totally missed that. I should not have missed that. That was a mercy snipe from Icon. A really nice move, which was pretty much expected. When you're facing an Aeon player from the back and you push that hard with an AC, you're gonna get mercy sniped. Of course, units given over to Grim and Steyr. And this is still a massive force. Tech 3 mask extractors all over the place. More Tech 1 point defenses, emergency Tech 1 point defenses going up for Icon. And this is where having all these tanks instead of Arty is really a bad thing for Grim. Of course, these were built by Jolie. If this was all artillery, all these Tech 1 point defenses would already be dead. Now gunships coming out. We're going to see the first air fight of this game. First massive one. This is going to be very crucial. And it looks like Grimm has split his Air Force into two, which is a little surprising. He should have numbers given that Pommel had to make so many gunships. Some flak not coming out, that's definitely going to help Grimm. And Grimm, of course, the original microer, knows exactly what he's doing, won that quite easily. He's going to take care of the gunships. And now Icon is going to lose quite a few mass extractors. I already lost 2 Tech 3. Looks like Grimm passed up the opportunity to kill another one. And this will be really bad, these Tech 3 power generators. If those go for Icon, it'll be game over for the bottom side. Of course, we still got to see here Tesla having pretty good success against Steyr, who has just gone Tech 3 subs. And these Tech 3 subs extremely good against UEF. With so many shields for UEF and some Tech 3 torpedo bombers for Grimm trying to help out Steyr. Actually some torpedo boats here from Tesla, which means those Tech 3 subs are nicely countered. And cruisers that counter those Tech 3 bombers. So UEF Navy at this late stage with those so many shields, very good. Grimm totally dominating air, taking out Tech 3 mask extractors. See, Icon's ACU actually coming out is going to try to take these out manually, and a huge stream of units. Now these have been given over to Mr. White. Tesla is going to be quite a bit of trouble unless he gets a whole bunch of Tech 2 point defense up. And of course we also got this other battle. See Mr. White getting some help from those bombers from Grimm, but so far Benzel putting up a good fight against the Mr. White, coming out with some Tech 3 subs. So Tech 2, Tech 3 Navy from Mr. White. Also got the middle base. But total naval domination now by Tesla, which could be a ray of hope for the bottom side. But of course first, this massive spam has to be taken care of. Tesla gets some Tech 2 point defense. He's got some Tech 1 of his own, some Tech 1 point defense. And these units are still on the loose. Going to get the 4th Tech 3 mask extractor. And if Tesla continues to push, he's got a whole bunch of shields. With so many shields and cruisers, he won't be able to take him out with air, which means both Steyrs and the middle base are completely exposed against Navy. That is, if Tesla can survive this massive artillery push through his base. Definitely losing mask extractors, and Steyr actually gets taken out by Tesla. So it is now a 3v3, but a 3v3 with a whole bunch of topside units moving in. Now we are seeing Strat bombers coming in from Grimm. And yet another air fight that looks like Grimm is going to win. Some Tech 3 anti-air, needs to get some shields. Tech 3 shield going up for Icon. This will be crucial. Some shields going up around these Tech 3 power generators. But still missing 3 of the Tech 3 mass extractors. And of course now Tesla gets taken out by Mr. White's push. Way too much artillery. And one thing to note, Mr. White making 100% arty instead of all those tanks that Jolie made, and these are very difficult to stop. Really the only way to stop them is with tanks of your own. Point defense is not that good against them unless you get a whole bunch of EF point defense with a whole bunch of shields. And of course Strat bombers on the loose from Grimm. Some more drops from Mr. White's been doing those all game. They're going to really isolate this naval production from Tesla, which now belongs to Benzel. And we do have now a 2v3. Benzel like getting bombed by a whole bunch of Strat bombers from Grimm. And this force that was originally made by Jolie, going after the 5th Tech 3 mask extractor. This one's from Benzel. some anti-nukes for Icon. And Icon is going to have to deal with all these already moving in his direction. Icons in the water might be facing some torpedo bombers, but Tech 3 anti-air here for Icon. Wenzel not getting targeted. Gets taken out. Icon's all by himself. And it is now a 1v2. Shouldn't last too long. Icon is underneath a whole bunch of arty. More Tech 3 power, more Tech 2 point defense. And really it's going to take a massive effort from Icon if he has any hope. And actually Icon just throws in the towel. So a nice 25-minute game. Pretty one-sided, and I guess it all started with that crazy play from Mega. Did not give his side any mass, and the top side, knowing that Mega is not going to have too many engineers, took care of his base with a whole bunch of arty. The bottom side had to try to recover. So hopefully people enjoy this one.